We were going to announce the results of an investigation we've been doing for the last 3 months. Last year we did, or earlier this year, we did Operation Kickoff, targeting open-air drug markets, street-level drug sales, nuisance properties, and the complaints we've been getting. That was several months ago. This is the second phase, Operation Kickoff Return, and as a result of this investigation, we had made 53 drug sales throughout the city. Out of these 53 people that we've been looking for today, 27 are in custody at this point in time. We're hunting down the rest of these criminals as we speak. Now, with this operation, we did 2 search warrants this morning at 2 locations, and we did 5 other search warrants probably the last month or so that are all related to this investigation. This investigation started with the Daytona Beach Police Department with the help of the State Attorney's Office and our partners with the Volusia County Sheriff's Office, as well as our federal partners with the FBI and the ATF. So we try to get as many agencies involved to help us out. I think when you spread the resources, you can get more done for the community. Now, most of these drug sales are sale and deliveries of small amounts of drugs, street-level drugs. These are the complaints that come in from the residents and people that see this stuff when they have kids playing in the area, and you got these people selling drugs. It can spin off into several different other things. For example, most of your property crimes, your car breaks, your auto thefts are a result of the drug trade and street-level drug sales. Okay, that's property crimes. Let's talk about the most serious thing is the violent street crime, the drug shootings, the violent crime that's out there. All this stems from these drug sales. And I'm going to take it a step further. We have several businesses in this city that condone this type of activity. J Food Store at North and Ridgewood. About 80-90% of these buys were made on their property, on some of these. 719 Orange Avenue Mini Mart is a location where we've had several drug sales. 580 Mason Avenue, the Citgo station, another place that caters to this type of activity. The store at Friendly Mart, located on South Martin Luther King, at Park and Martin Luther King. The owner there is selling K2 out of the business, synthetic marijuana. Openly putting word on the street, hey, come to my shop, I'm going to sell you this stuff. The problem is, my point here, businesses operating in the city that are catering to this type of element, and the lame excuse of claiming ignorance like, oh, I don't know, it's not my problem. It is your problem. We're going to hold you accountable, and we're going to come after your properties, and we're going to shut you down. The residents of this city don't have to tolerate that. My police officers don't need to be tied up with calls, dealing with these business owners. It's all about making a buck, and it's not about, they could care less about the community. So these locations are documented as being problem areas. Several of them have excessive fines right now as we speak, and are going before the Nuisance Abatement Board, and they're going to pay. We're going to hit them in their pocketbooks, and we're going to hold them accountable. And the days of just coming to the city and wreaking havoc are over. So I'm going to turn it over now to our state attorney, R.J. Larissa, who's been instrumental in us getting these cases prosecuted. And he's been a partner of ours since he took office, and we work hand in hand daily with his investigators and with his prosecutors. And I can't tell you how happy it makes me feel, and I can speak for the sheriff also, how we all work together, the local, the county, the state officers, the federal officers, and we couldn't do it without R.J. Larissa, making things happen. So R.J., I'm going to turn it over to you.
Thank you, Chief.
Okay.
Thank you. These open-air drug markets, you can't minimize the impact they have on the communities. Yeah, the drug sales may not be trafficking amounts, but they have, think about what they do. There's kids in these neighborhoods that observe this activity going on. They see it going on day after day after day. What kind of message does that send to them? Additionally, when you think about it, what kind of a message does it send to folks that are coming into the community of Daytona Beach? An obvious and very touted tourist destination for folks. Open-air drug markets not only breed additional criminal activity of prostitution, thefts, gun violence, but it also sets the tone for the community where folks continue to do the activity, then the kids grow up and they start engaging in it. So this is an important step in trying to address not just these drug sales, but to potentially prevent it from happening in the future. Additionally, willful blindness by these folks that may operate these outfits, these jiffy stores, as I like to call them. I mean, that's just, it's taking a blind eye to the scourge and the impact, the negative impact on these communities. And I applaud the chief for coming out and saying so, because these folks know what's going on. There's no way you can't know when you're making buy after buy after buy in the same location. It's just a matter of trying to say, I didn't know it was happening, but you do. And you're part of the problem, not the solution. Think about what could happen if these folks cooperated, if they helped us get these folks out of these parking lots. What kind of a difference would that make on cleaning up our communities? I say quite a bit. And it's all because of Chief Capri and the folks at the Daytona Beach Police Department and all the other law enforcement partners who are taking this proactive approach. And I appreciate it. Thank you.
And I'll reiterate that if you come to our city and you think you're going to commit violence, gun violence, and sell drugs, and think it's going to be accepted, it's not going to happen. I can tell you right now, we're going to fight it to the last breath that I have, and the men and women in the police department have, as well as our partners. We're not going to tolerate it. And I can't harp enough on these businesses. They're going to be held accountable. They are catering to this. They can play stupid all they want. At the end of the day, they're responsible. It's their business, and we're going to hit them so hard in their pocketbook. And if they don't get on board, we're going to shut them down and run them out of our city. Our community doesn't deserve it. Our citizens don't deserve it. And I'll be damned if we're going to let this happen here. I can tell you right now, I promise you that to the citizens and visitors of this city, we are going to fight hard, and we're going to hit back hard, and we are going to shut these places down, and we're going to get compliance. Otherwise, you're going to be out of town.